Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another true crime video yet again, and today we will be discussing a very disturbing and extremely sad case. Today we will be talking about the tragic story of Savanna Greywind. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is time for another true crime video yet again, and today we will be discussing a very disturbing and extremely sad case. Today we will be talking about the tragic story of Savanna Greywind. Savanna Greywind was born on August 9th, 1995, in Belcourt, South Dakota. She was part of the Spirit Lake tribe and lived in the reservation in Devil's Lake. Growing up, Savannah was described to be friendly, outgoing, kind, family oriented, and very social. She was also very passionate towards helping people and absolutely loved animals. Now, at the time, Savannah was in her early 20s and had recently moved to Fargo to work as a certified nursing assistant at a senior living community. And sometime in 2016, Savannah actually found out that she was pregnant and that her and her boyfriend Ashton's baby girl would be due September of the following year in 2017. Now, the young couple was ecstatic, so ready, and definitely looking forward to this new chapter in their relationship. And on top of that, Savannah's family had also decided to move to Fargo with her. She, her parents, and her brother lived in an apartment complex together, and things were going great. Savannah was very happy to be surrounded by family. She had a job that she was passionate about, and she was about to start a family with the man she loved. During the last trimester of her pregnancy, Savannah and Ashton signed a lease for an apartment and planned to move in together by September 1st, just a few weeks before her due date. However, these plans would sadly never come into fruition. On August 19th, 2017, Savannah sent a text message to her mother saying that she would be coming to their neighbor's apartment for a little while, and then she would be driving her little brother to work afterwards. She told her mom that she would be helping their neighbor with a dress that she was sewing and then would be paid for $20. And that last text was sent at around 1:30 p.m. An hour later, there was still no update from Savannah, so her little brother came up to their neighbor's unit to go check on her. However, after knocking on the door a few times, there was no answer, and all her brother could hear was the sound of what seems to be a sewing machine running. After this, their dad decided to go check on Savannah himself, and he was greeted at the door by a woman named Brooke, their neighbor. And all this neighbor said was that they were not done yet and it might take a little while longer. And because of these delays, Savannah's mom decided to drive her son to work herself. But alarmingly, after she returned home, there was still no sign of Savannah. She then decided to check for herself, and this time she was greeted at the door not just by Brooke, but by her partner William as well. And according to them, Savannah was no longer in their apartment and had actually left a few minutes ago. Now, Savannah's mom found this quite odd because it was very out of character for her to disappear just like that. She wasn't in their neighbor's apartment anymore and she was not home either, and yet her car was still parked in the parking lot. And at 8 months pregnant, Savannah would never walk far distances due to the swelling of her feet. The mom then decided to get in contact with Ashton, asking if he had heard from her daughter, and according to him, he and Savannah were texting earlier that afternoon before she abruptly stopped responding to his texts, and he hasn't heard from her since then. Now, upon checking Savannah's social media accounts, it also had been hours since there was any activity. And this is when Savannah's family grew worried and started to panic. They reported her as missing right away, and without wasting any time, a search party consisting of police officers, sniffer dogs, and community members was dispatched right away. They searched the building and the surrounding areas. The authorities also interviewed Savannah's closest friends as well as her colleagues and employer, but no one had any idea where she was. The investigators also searched William and Brooks' apartment unit, because this was where Savannah was last seen. However, there was no sign of Savannah there either. A few days after Savannah's disappearance, a prayer vigil for her safe return was held. And it was also announced that day that a $7,000 reward would be given to anyone who could provide any information that would eventually lead to Savannah and her whereabouts. However, no one ever came forward. The following day, August 24th, 2017, at 10 a.m. in the morning, another search of Brooke and William's apartment was conducted, and this time, the police officers found a newborn baby. They put two and two together and concluded that this was Savannah's child. The couple was then taken in for questioning after being arrested for suspicion of conspiracy to commit kidnapping. And while this could be Savannah's baby, where is Savannah? That is the question. Brooke denied all allegations of any involvement with Savannah's disappearance, saying that 2 days after Savannah went missing, she heard a knock on the door and was surprised to see that it was Savannah, but the difference was she had already given birth. Brooke then told the officers that Savannah gave her the baby and left. And the more they questioned Brooke, the more frustrated the investigators become because she was simply not cooperating. And sadly, just a few days later, all their questions would be answered. On August 27th, two kayakers discovered a body wrapped in plastic and tied to a log that was floating in the Red River. Just a few hours after this body was retrieved from the water, it was sadly identified and confirmed to be of Savanna Greywinds. On September 7th, a funeral was held for Savannah, and hundreds of people from inside and outside their community came to mourn the loss of such a beautiful and innocent soul. After the discovery of Savannah's body, Brooke still maintained her innocence, sticking to the story that she initially told. But her domestic partner, William, on the other hand, couldn't take it anymore and confessed to everything. According to him, he got home in the evening of August 19th only to find Brooke scrubbing blood off of their bathroom floor. He also confessed to helping her clean up the scene and dispose of anything that could have been used as evidence, and that included blood-stained shoes, as well as clothes, rags, weapons, and of course, Savannah herself. On September 4th, 2017, 32-year-old William Hone pled guilty to conspiracy to commit kidnapping and providing false statements to police and was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Now, I think I forgot to mention that the reason why the police came back to Brooke and William's apartment a few days after they had initially searched it was because William had actually complained to his coworkers that he hadn't been able to sleep properly in the past few days because of a noisy baby, and his colleagues were well aware that he did not have a child. And at the time, almost everyone in their area already knew about the disappearance of a pregnant woman. And so they alerted the police saying that, hey, maybe you should go back and check it out again. And that's when they found the baby. Anyway, on December 11th, 2017, 38-year-old Brooke Cruz pled guilty to the following charges: conspiracy to commit murder, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and providing false statements to the police. She then finally admitted to performing a C section on Savannah in order to steal her baby and plan to raise it with William. On February 2nd, Brooke Cruz was then sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Ashton, Savannah's boyfriend, was given full custody of their daughter, and Savannah's family is helping him raise the baby, who is 6 years old now. And I was actually planning to cover this case a long time ago. However, I just couldn't really put myself to watch videos about it and research about it because it was just too much. And it's just it just astonishes me how these types of people actually exist. A person like Brooke, a person as evil as Brooke actually exists. And I did not mention this earlier, but Brooke and William, they had kids, but they had kids separately. So I think William has two kids, and I can't remember how many, but Brooke has a lot of kids from other men. And the reason why she wanted Savannah's baby was that so she could have and raise a baby with William. So that's why she stole Savannah's baby. And clearly, this was premeditated. I mean, they were not close. I'm not even sure if they knew each other. But one thing's for sure, Brooke saw Savannah, saw that she was extremely pregnant and was about to give birth anytime. And she took this as an opportunity to perform a C section and steal a baby. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all the information that I have on today's case. I hope you guys found this video interesting. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on my next video wherein we will be reading and reacting to comments, theories, and conspiracies regarding this case.